What's going on, guys? It's Jetpack Janitor here with another fun video, very informative video on this one. This one is going to be pretty much all about 1.6 and the updates that are coming out. I have been working a little more with this high-end build, and I've got some manhunts down, just nothing worth really recording yet. I'm really hoping to get a good team together so that I can get you an awesome manhunt video for this one soon. But for now, I've got a crazy amount of information on 1.6 for you guys. A lot of my information I do get from Eric's Gaming Online, AREKKZ. He is one hell of a YouTuber, and I watch him every time anything new comes out for Division because he's got great guides. He's very informative, and he doesn't leave anything out. So I will definitely recommend seeing if he has anything out for 1.6. He definitely is very informative. He's definitely somebody worth subscribing to as well. I'm subscribed to him, and I love watching his videos about Division. So first off, the biggest news, in my opinion, is obviously the PvP. But the second biggest one is the release date for 1.6 and The Last Stand is going to be for the exact same day across all platforms. That is very, very awesome to me. I love that. Finally, PS4 players are going to be right in tune with Xbox and PCers. So we'll be able to use the videos that come out right off the bat. Another really awesome update along with the PvP update is going to be DZ 7, 8, and 9 coming out with new landmarks. Now the awesome thing about these, well, one, we have 3 new dark zones. That's pretty awesome all on its own. But all these landmarks that are going to come out in 7, 8, and 9 are going to be wave landmarks. So it's going to be kind of like the incursion is at the end. You're gonna fight wave after wave after wave of guys. And then from what I hear, there's going to be additional rewards for clearing out these said landmarks. So that's pretty awesome. I won't lie, that is pretty awesome. They are going to be adding a new difficulty to some missions. I believe it is going to be Times Square, Warringate Power Plant, and the Napalm production site are all going to get legendary. I'm sure more missions to come after that will happen. But for now, it's going to be those 3 are going to get legendary, where all the missions will be replaced on that mode with LMB, meaning they're going to get intense.
Agent on your team is down. Required.
If you patch me into the
the LMB apparently have been revamped to be a little more like hunters. If you get too close, they will melee you in Legendary. They're very responsive to players, so they should be a little more like hunters. It's going to be an extremely tough difficulty. They're saying that this is the most hardcore difficulty. It makes the challenging incursions look, the heroic incursions look like
Candle and her staff are being forced
so
to treat
I'm
their
pretty
wounded.
excited for Legendary because I do
alive.
enjoy the PvE side of this game as well. With those Legendary modes, they are not going to put in a World Tier 6 or anything like that. World Tier 5 is going to still be the top World Tier. I do believe that's going to make 256 the top gear score as well still. So your gear should mostly still be relevant, aside from one of the updates is also going to take the focus off of armor, because everyone, I mean, they noticed really quick, everyone got armor rolled onto everything but their mask and gloves. So they're trying to revamp that and make health a little more important instead of armor. So I'm assuming that after this one, maybe not obsolete, but armor is not going to be so much of a factor as your stamina and your health. So there's some of that. I've seen a ton of updates. It looks like the PvP is going to be 3v3, 4v4, and even 6v6. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a separate game mode altogether that you just kind of join Destiny style almost, where it's completely separate from the RPG style of the game, but you get rewards that you can bring into it. Is my guess. I could be completely wrong. From what I've heard, they're going to have a control version. That you can reinforce. Maybe it's even just like attacking bases, like one's an attacker, one's a defender. Or it could be control style where you know, you have to take and hold the objectives. I could be wrong about all that. Again, I do know the PvP modes are coming out. There could be multiple PvP modes. Another update to the Darkzone that's coming out, along with 7, 8, and 9 is going to be contamination events. Now this is going to be random, just like drop zones, supply drops are. But what's going to happen here is they're going to say something along the lines of like the bodies are piling up in the tunnels, we can't fight the contamination levels are rising, and you'll still be able to go in with your normal mask, it's just the contamination levels will be higher, so you'll have to get out of the tunnels, you know, go in, kill a few guys, get out of the tunnels, go back down, keep clearing out like that so that you don't die from contamination. But I'm assuming that these events are going to be pretty fun and worth going to in the Darkzone, especially at first. That'll be a nice little update, and it makes your filter, you know, no longer this omnipotent filter that gets you into everything. Oh, that guy's still right there. They're gonna revamp high-end named gears with talents. The guns are gonna have talents that are very unique to the guns, kind of like, here, I'll show you real quick. Almost like how the MDR specifically has distracted. The Liberator now will have its own thing. And the Tenebrae will have its own thing, the Historian, like all of those will have a very specific talent to that gun. Also, there's going to be a lot more named guns from what I hear, and there's going to be set guns where if you use these two named guns together, they'll give each other bonuses, they'll really complement each other. So that's another really good positive, I think. They are going to tweak Alpha Bridge. It is getting nerfed, guys. I knew it was coming. Everybody, I think, knew it was coming. And they tweaked it exactly how I think they would. The third talent on your second gun is going to be the only shared talent on Alpha now. So you'll only get 4 talents. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything to tweak the switching to your sidearm and using competent there.
Before they got shot.
I think they should, honestly. I think you shouldn't be able to, you know, proxy a talent from your sidearm and then switch right back to your assault rifle. But I do it with the Colonel Bliss's holster, so I don't know. If they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. But that's another really fun one. Just some new sets, some stuff that's making green a little more obsolete. They did add a new green set. It is called the Seeker set. Now, what I assumed was it was going to help with the Seeker mine. Actually, it is a critical hit build, where if you hit them twice in the body, your third shot, meaning you get a 33% critical hit chance right off the bat with this build, you would get, your third shot would be a guaranteed critical hit. Which means if you just start lighting people up consecutive shots like this, except not in the head, your third shot, every shot will be a critical hit. I don't know how that set's going to go, honestly. There have been some other tweaks to all the other gear sets. You guys are definitely going to have to do some independent research for that, because I'm just not going to throw every last little detail of this update. This is another huge update. I think with 1.5, they noticed that they lost a lot of their core players that have been playing from the beginning. So 1.5 was released to get those guys back, and I think to a success. I was one of the guys that left during that whole shotgun phase bullshit. And I'm back with 1.5 since they nerfed it. I'm loving this game. And 1.6 is going to really just blow everyone out of the water. I think it's going to get a lot of new fan base for this game with the PvP side of it. Because honestly, the PvP side of it helped and hurt the game. With it just being, you know, in the Darkzone was the only form of PvP you could do. Because that's all that was done in the Darkzone. Now, I'm sure it's going to make a lot of PvE players happy. But I think it's going to make a lot of PvP players happy too. Because PvP is not meant to be, you know, go in, jump a team that's way worse than you in Darkzone 1 and then clap over their bodies as you slayed them while they weren't even paying attention. And that's kind of what the game's turned into. So I'm glad to see that that's going. There's going to be a bunch of tweaks and balances for PvP again, as they always do. Probably some tweaks and balances towards the bots as well. Frontline is going to lose any critical hit chance ability at all. I never used Frontline because I just didn't like the idea of running around with a shield. So I don't really know what that's about. I'm guessing there was a way for you to go around losing your critical hit chance and still having one, so they nerfed that. That's fixed. A little more in-depth on armor real quick. They're removing armor from the game, so your major attribute, your armor being up, they're going to switch all that back out with health. There's going to be no focus on armor now, and just mostly a linear focus on health and stamina. So that'll be
we have an agent on the roof.
how your toughness is rated more now.
Senior staff just arrived. As soon as the hostiles
You're going to get exotic
gone,
caches.
we'll
All the
get
named
across
weapon now, named weapons is no longer going to be high end. It's going to be considered exotic. Legendary weekly missions will give you exotic caches plus other gameplay modes. I'm assuming probably all the new stuff will give you exotic caches if you complete it. They're also going to add Darkzone leaderboards, which is a combination of PvP, PvE, and just random Darkzone-ness, honestly. It's going to be divided into 3 brackets, and there's going to be prizes handed out weekly, monthly, things like that. For, I would assume probably stuff like that, nothing crazy. Who knows though? Could be completely wrong.
Warning. Additional hostiles.
And I think that's kind of it for what I have written down here. I'm sure there's tons and tons of more little updates, you know, little tweaks to things. I know there's some serious tweaks to the gear sets. But I think the biggest thing to take from this is PvP is 100% confirmed to be its own game modes now. I want to say it's going to be 3v3, 4v4s, and 6v6s. I could be wrong. It could be more than that. It could be less than that. I'm super excited for it. I'm assuming they're going to, if they have different game modes, they'll probably have some form of team deathmatch and then some form of control. So that'll be awesome. Again, DZ 7, 8, and 9, that's going to be a blast. From what I hear, you're going to be able to go into Central Park in one of the dark zones, and that's going to be a major landmark. So that'll be a fun one. I'm really excited for that. The new legendary modes are going to be a good time. And yeah, I'm really excited. Some nerfs really came out that needed to come out because Alpha Bridge took over this game again. So I am super pumped for these updates, guys, in 1.6. If you haven't tried Division yet, I definitely recommend just redboxing it, seeing if it's something you're into, because this game is a blast.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
1.6 is going to be for everybody. You know, it's not going to just be for the die-hard players of this game. You're going to be able to start up and have some fun with this right off the bat. And I'm really excited to see where we go with this game now. So, if you like this video, you want to see more, I'm thinking about putting out like a complete Division, every mission, Darkzone gameplay style series, just so everybody can kind of get a small gist of what this game has to offer. This thing is a blast. I am loving this game, and 1.6 has me so excited for the new updates. A lot of PvP focus, obviously. So practice your PvP until 1.6 comes out is my recommendation. Even if you have to take a little break from farming. But yeah, get ready, guys. Everybody get ready. Drop a like below. Comment if you'd like to see more. If you want any of the links or anything, comment below. I'll have to send you some links. Again, I recommend following Eric's Gaming online. Great YouTuber, very informative. That's pretty much who I go to for all of, you know, what I'm looking for out of it. But if you want to come towards me, I wouldn't mind it at all. Subscribe below, leave a comment, leave a like. This is Jetpack Janitor.
I could have had your back
Over and out, guys.
But I think we make a hell of a team anyway.
Great playing with you.
When you get back to the base, we'll talk to Candle, and we'll see what she can do for us.